the major trend that all industries face, all people face, is a fairly straightforward one. That's the impact of technology on every single aspect of a company, whether it's your operational effectiveness and efficiency and what you can do applying technology to traditionally manual processes, whether it's enhanced intelligence to help you think through problems differently, big data and analysis, whether it's in marketing or whether it's in risk or whether it's in product creation or whether it's in assessment of ideas and stuff like that, or whether it's technology in terms of people using a smartphone to do things they used to do by walking in a branch in our case. And that untethered computing power, that ability to distribute information wholly different than we have, is going to lead to sea changes in how companies are organized and run across all industries, and our industry is no different. You have to think about what's possible, not what's there today. And how do you get your senior management team to do it? It is, you got to expose them in every direction. So we use outsiders and insiders, and the idea is that if you think that the people at the top of an organization have a monopoly on ideas, you're going to fail. So the question is how you get them ready to receive all the ideas they're going to do it and understand stuff well enough to be able to assess this idea or that idea, which may be way out on the curve, and then figure out how to fit it into the fabric of what we do as a company. For years, there was sort of a assumed condition that young people used electronics and old people didn't. That has changed fairly dramatically because if you look at in terms of financial services actual use, the cohort of population 55 and above does what the cohort between 20 and 25 did a year ago with electronic devices. That's how fast it's moving. So there's really very little differential in the cohorts now. And so the reality is, why did the older generation accept this so quickly? It's because it's so convenient. So we've got to learn from the millennials have a view of their acceptance of technology in their daily life, which is moving through society and moving through all of us, no matter what age we are. And so the question is, how do you learn from how they use it and how it's going to be adaptable by other groups? The story we tell is we had a 100-year-old person sign up for mobile banking the other day. That's pretty substantial, and we're seeing that type of age population start to shift their behavior fairly dramatically. And that's way out on the curve in terms of age, but our job is to take what we learn from millennials and apply it. And by the way, learn what's unique about millennials in each group of customers, and we do that, apply it too. I just think the technology aspect of this, for what we do, is becoming less of a differentiator than it used to be. And that's the lesson in it all. That's why you have to be excellent at technology. As much as we used to think a lot about protecting our physical assets, the same never have a problem issue has to go on with our non-physical assets, and it's trickier because they're in the hands of different people, and everything goes on. Sometimes a little hard to figure out. So number one risk is probably that. The second risk for us as a financial service institution is pretty straightforward. It is the risk of economies, right? In the end of the day, if our purpose is to help serve clients and help them live their financial lives and help them be successful, if the economy around them doesn't provide growth and avenues for success, then our prospects dim. And so we always will reflect the strength and growth in economies. So we have to help build economies and provide capital to them. The third risk is people, and I don't put these in any order, but we got to have the top talent. And so, as we recruit on campus, we have to keep driving ourselves to bring in new, capable talent and continue to develop our current talent and drive the talent. Because in the end of the day, we've had a shrinking industry from a people numbers content, the impact of people keeps going up. And so even with all the technology, the people are actually more important now in a way because the skills that are left outside of technology or enhanced by technology are tremendously difficult skills, whether it's the day-to-day service in one of our stores, just the nature of that, all the way through to our data analytics or something. And so it's all about people for all our jobs and making sure. So can we get the top talent? Can we retain the top talent? Can we continue to develop the top talent? And frankly, will they be happy working here? As a CEO, the big danger is you get isolated. So I think the number one job is to keep your curiosity up, keep your inquisitiveness, go out and see the world, and go out. And a valuable platform you have is you get to see lots of people, whether it's clients, customers, or the World Economic Forum, or whether it's other venues like this. You get to see all that. And your job is to bring it back and sort of throw it on the table and say to people, what do we think about all this? And that, I think, is one of the critical jobs of not only CEO but the senior leadership team. And so I have pushed our team to broaden their perspectives, to serve on boards, to do things that typically people say, well, maybe we don't want to do it, to gather more and more perspectives and bring them in. And that's the number one thing that I want them to focus on is how do you bring those perspectives in. One of the things I've been very lucky is a lot of CEOs have agreed at my request to spend time with my team, the top 30 or 40 people, and just listen to another CEO talk about how they've thought about decisions makes our team better. With technology, the role of CEO can have an impact which is way beyond what it used to. Nobody hear you say half the things, now everybody can see you. So I think you have to think about how you work in that environment to make sure that you're doing the best job for your company every day and not just letting anything that you do distract from the company's success. It's customer focused because that's what we're here for. People focused because that's the only way to be successful. And then we have to be straightforward in both our dealings and our constitution.